Now, every day we receive several calls from individuals or groups of persons in Jamaica who oftentimes indicate to us that the police stop them on the road and demand that they open their cell phones. And when they refuse to open their cell phones, then the police most times will either take them to the station and arrest them, or sometimes there are even allegations of abuse. Now, persons will ask the question, is it lawful for the police to arrest an individual if it is that he refuses to open a cell phone or an electronic device? Now, the short answer to that is no. It is not lawful for the police to force any person to open a cell phone or an electronic device in Jamaica. Well, if it is that the police need to go into a person's electronic device, then there's something that they need to do, and that would be going to the court and obtaining a production order under the Cyber Crimes Act. And in doing that, the court will be minded that what the police is asking the court to do, is to infringe a constitutional right. And as such, what the court will do at that point, the court will look into what the police has presented to the court and to ask itself whether or not it is justified for the court to allow the police to breach the citizens' constitutional right to privacy. And most times, in order for a court to do that, then the court will have to be satisfied that based on what the police has presented to the court, then the court will take that position in the interest of the public to allow them to breach the person's right to privacy. But we'll get into that later. Now, when it comes on to your cell phone or your electronic device, your computer, your tablet, right? A lot of persons store personal information in these devices. Persons store passwords. They store codes for their banking system. Some persons even store data for their business, for their clients, for their customers, right? There are some persons who have photographs of themselves in a particular manner in their cell phones, right? Now, persons expect that they have the right to privacy. And because they expect that they have that right, then they feel that it is safe to store certain information in their cell phone or their electronic devices. Is it unreasonable for persons to believe that they have the right to privacy? The short answer is no. You actually have the constitutional right to privacy, right? And let us go into that. Let us not take the Constitution simple. The Constitution is the supreme law of this island. And when I say it's the supreme law, I mean that it is the biggest law in this island of Jamaica, the Constitution. And let me tell you how the Constitution came about. Now, Justice Batts, one of our very brilliant judges of the Supreme Court of Jamaica, in a case called Gary Hemans, he explained how the Constitution came about. He explained it. And it is important for you all to understand how how we all got these constitutional rights that we have. Our forefathers, over 400 years ago, they came here as slaves, right? And while they were here as slaves, they had to go through a lot of wars, fight, blood, sweat, and tears, right? For us to be free today. Yes. And after all that war, blood, sweat, tears by our forefathers, eventually we became free. And as a result of that, in 1962, the Constitution came about. In our Constitution, we got rights, several rights: the right to life, the right to liberty, right to privacy. All right? However, in 2011, the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom was passed and the Constitution of Jamaica was amended. And this Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, it was now inserted into the Constitution. And in this Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms comes Section 13(3)(j). And under that section, that is the section that provides for your right to privacy. Yes. So when you see the police stopping you on the road